If you didn't know, the Couch to Active 8-week experience is available in 3 unique formats. Get our online course for $99 that's independently done by you. Or do one-on-one coaching with me, which is your full VIP program to make sure you're getting it right. And brand new, the Pen Pal experience. Unique, fully pen and paper through the snail mail, you will complete the Couch to Active program. Choose the experience that will help you smile. Well, good morning there, folks. Lynn Lundberg here, your Bad Couch Guru. Today in our diet series, this is number 11 out of 20, and we are talking about paleo and keto. And if you are a paleo fan or a diet fan of paleo or an expert in it, or a keto diet fan or expert, you are already feeling fingernails on your chalkboard because you're saying, no, paleo and keto, they're completely different. But folks, let's get real. They're close enough. So for the purposes of what we're doing. Okay. Paleo and keto are 2 diets that came through the pipeline, maybe 5 years, 7 years ago. First, we heard of paleo, all things paleo. Then all of a sudden, in marketing and industry, paleo kind of faded away. It's still there, but it kind of faded away. And now we're hearing keto, the keto diet, Keto, keto. We're like, okay, so what's happening here? What's going on in our diet industry? And why do we care? Okay, so the overarching theme, the number one takeaway from this that I want you to get, and then there's quite a bit more that we're going to go through, is when it comes to paleo and keto, the reason they've had some staying power and the reason some people get so excited about it is because it manages your sugar intake. And managing your sugar intake is the holy grail of managing your hunger. And so if you are managing your sugar intake, therefore managing your hunger, your inflammation from not eating sugar is going to go down, aka weight loss, and mostly due to inflammation and water retention, but still happening. And your desire to eat is going to be less, and you won't get so ravenously hungry, so your caloric intake goes down, aka weight loss again. And so people get really excited about this, and they usually see great results in the first month. And both of these, if you just go cold turkey on these diets, you feel awful for the first few days. And then afterwards, after the first few days, you feel euphoric. And there's some science behind that. So people get excited because usually people can grit out a few days and then they feel so much better. And then they're on social media and they're telling everybody how awesome they feel and how great it is. And then you don't hear from them anymore. And then you just kind of forget, but you just remember that they liked it and thought it was so great. So we're going to go into that a little bit because there is keto, especially has some really specific audiences that benefit from that diet. We're going to look at it, and we're going to look at some of the dangers of these and a little bit of the history. So this is going to be fun. Okay. And remember, what's our quotes? I got to do this every time. Diet culture is bad for your health. Healthy lifestyle is the goal. Education is power. So that's why it's okay to get educated about all these diets, because it's a $72 to $78 billion industry. So confusing, so much stuff. So we're going to just get a little bit more educated about all of these. Okay. Paleo and keto. Paleo was originally came up somebody, and I'm not even sure who, and I didn't do my research to see if this goes down to one person, came out with I would call it a diet scheme that said, well, our ancestors didn't eat processed foods. Our ancestors didn't eat Twinkies and, hot dogs and all this. Our ancestors ate, meat and fish and eggs and vegetables and basically anything that they can hunt and gather, right? Nuts and seeds and sweet potatoes and yams and stuff like that. And so they're saying that really, we need to go back and eat like our ancestors ate, because genetically, we're still the same people. We haven't genetically evolved in order to be able to eat all this processed junk. Our bodies aren't made that way. So we got to go back and eat like our ancestors did. And so then there's a huge market for paleo compliant foods. And so that's where the marketing comes in. That's where the money comes in, because then there you go to the grocery store, not so much anymore, but used to. And it was like, this is paleo compliant. This protein bar is paleo compliant. This protein powder is paleo compliant, this and that. So all these different things. So you can buy all this paleo stuff. And, but then after a while, people are like, but wait. We don't actually know what these people ate thousands of years ago. And their longevity was really short. They didn't live for very long. And as I like it, one of my favorite comedians, Hannah Gadsby, said, and we certainly know they didn't eat cauliflowered popcorn. So all of a sudden we realized the paleo was set up on this pedestal of a theory and a hypothesis and an idea that really didn't have the science to back it. And so paleo started losing its traction, but it did something really interesting in the diet industry and the diet culture market. It gave people enough knowledge about eating that way that all of a sudden, ta-da, in comes keto. Yes, so keto in the diet industry market came in after paleo, but keto's been around forever. And that's keto as a way of eating. And keto diet became essentially the scientific answer to paleo. And it's basically a similar diet to paleo. And I have a whole like half-hour episode on the keto diet, because I went to a seminar that was done by the Digestive Disease Institute of Virginia Mason here in Seattle. And had some really amazing information. So I'll put the link in the show notes here for that. If you're interested in learning more specifics about keto than what I go through today, it's fantastic. But essentially, keto comes from the shortened word ketoacidosis. And basically, it's a way of eating and feeding your body so that it's more quickly able to burn the fat in your body. And it's more complicated than this, and I go in my other episode, but it's essentially when you're burning fat, the fat in your body, that is essentially, that process is called ketoacidosis. It's not new. There's a lot of science behind it, and it actually has been used for decades to help people who have seizures. And essentially, it's essentially a no carb diet. The problem and the bad thing about keto, the really bad thing about keto, is you can eat keto, no sugar, in a way that puts you in ketoacidosis, that fat burning, but you can do it by eating bacon and red meat and French fries. Well, maybe not so much French fries, but deep fried stuff and cheese, and you can eat basically a crappy diet that's horrible for a lot of things and be in keto. And so that's the problem, is people are like, oh, bacon, butter, eggs for breakfast, and, steak for dinner. Yay, I'm eating keto. It still manages your sugar intake, which is the holy grail of managing your hunger. So that's what gets people excited, is they do sometimes end up eating less. But it can be very, very unhealthy. Now, can you eat keto and healthy? For the most part, you can do tons of vegetables. The thing about keto is you even have to watch your fruits. They want you to be under 50 grams of all sugar. So that's like you're not even eating a whole orange, and you're counting how many tomatoes you have, and you're counting how many carrots you have because those have carbs in them. 50 grams of carbs. So it's a very, very restrictive. And to do keto in a healthy way is so incredibly restrictive to really, truly do keto. So here's the deal. If you have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, where you are trying to manage your sugar levels, eating a healthy keto actually has found to help people heal their insulin resistance. And that's a real thing, and that's amazing. Now, if you have diabetes and you are taking insulin, your insulin is sugar, so you are therefore technically not doing a keto diet. But it's still a really good thing for you to still be doing it. So friends, that's why I say the whole thing here, the whole holy grail is really managing our sugar. Because when we look back at that Mediterranean diet that came out of the blue zones yesterday, right? That one is very, very different from paleo and keto. And it also manages sugar intake. And when you look at multiple studies over multiple years and multiple countries, the long-term weight loss and health benefits are about the same. They're a little bit better on the Mediterranean diet, but about the same. Keto or Mediterranean, about the same. I mean, they're a little better on Mediterranean, but not really statistically relevant. So what do you take away with all of this? Well, if you do paleo and keto strictly, you're going to feel like crap for about 3 days, and then you'll feel euphoric. And then after a few weeks, very likely you're going to say, wow, this is way too hard, and the health benefits aren't really worth it because Mediterranean offers so many more foods and so much more freedom. That's what's going to happen. Do I look down on anybody who does paleo and keto? Not at all. But just, we got to really watch to make sure we keep it healthy. Have I done it? Yes, I did paleo and keto a few times, keto mostly. And I learned that with my particular inflammation issues and my collagenous colitis that I've talked about publicly, that actually keto is not the diet for me. And so I have special circumstances that have made keto not the way I want to eat. At all. So that's why it's really, we can't judge people on how they choose to eat. We can just educate people and let them, we all have to figure out our own journey and what's right for us. And education is good. So there we go. That is the 101 of paleo and keto. And tomorrow we are going to look at vegetarianism and veganism. Alrighty, friends, have a wonderful day. And I'm loving this series. I'm also looking forward to getting through it so I can spend more time just chatting to you. Okay, talk to you later, friends. Bye-bye. If you haven't been exercising consistently but always wanted to, the Couch to Active 8-week experience is a great opportunity to make you succeed. Head over to couchtoactive.com and sign up for the online course, Coaching with Lynn, or the brand new pen and paper Pen Pal experience today at couchtoactive.com.